Welcome to St. John Newman Church. We're so glad you're here. Today is the 16th Sunday in Ordinary Time.
Hello and welcome to St. John Newman Parish. I'm Father Mark, and if you're new here, welcome. If you're a veteran parishioner, you might have realized that I was absent for the last couple of Sundays, and that's because Father Roy and I were down in Peru checking on the progress of some of the projects that are going on for our new church building. That's things like the redos and the ambo, the altar, the Stations of the Cross, things like that, the baptismal font. And progress is being made. You've seen some update photos, and I think even there's a segment today with some new photos showing you some progress that's been made. They're very beautiful objects, and hopefully when they're in our new church building, they'll help lift our hearts and minds to God. But gosh, being down there in the missions, boy, I do appreciate living in the United States. Thanks be to God. All those things we kind of take for granted, but when we travel the rest of the world, we see some of the things we take for granted, and we're very grateful to God for those things. And we pray that maybe they can have some relief as well. Artisans Don Bosco, when I was down there visiting, I got a fuller picture of this community, these missions, and the people who are building our interior church structures. These artisans, they don't just materialize. Actually, Artisans Don Bosco, they have 60 missions throughout Peru, some of which are orphanages, schools, vocational schools. In the spirit of St. John Don Bosco, they help train young men and women in different vocations so that they can be productive members of society. So it starts with sometimes children very young being educated in reading, writing, and arithmetic, but also in foreign languages. Some of the kids were very proficient in English, as a matter of fact, but also to see them working in the wood shop and learning how to make things at a very young age so that when they graduate, they could get a good job. And so those are some of the people we're employing here at our parish. And in that community, since the pandemic, it's been very helpful. They have a furniture making company where they make furniture, but since the pandemic, it's been really hard for them to recover. So they have a woodworking shop, they have a stoneworking shop, they glaze, they do stained glass, they have a metalworking shop, and they even have textiles. They do weavings and things like that, all in an effort to help lift people out of poverty. So it was an incredible experience. We even got to see the power company that Artisans Don Bosco built up in the mountains in the Andes to help give energy to their missions, and they even make so much energy they sell it to the state of Peru. They have built their own hospitals. So it's just an incredible experience to meet these people, to see that what they do, and to give thanks for what they do. And hopefully when we dedicate our church building, some of the representatives from Artisans Don Bosco will be here. God bless you, and I hope you have a wonderful week.
Please pray for the repose of the soul of Jack Bober, whose funeral mass will be on Wednesday, July 26th at 1 p.m. Please pray for the repose of the soul of Robert Michael Fredette, whose funeral mass will be on Saturday, July 29th at 1 p.m. What are we looking at with this big hole in the ground here?
It's not a bathtub, it's not a swimming pool. That's where the baptismal font is going.
Why does it have to have like how many inches deep like that? Is that because it's kind of in ground?
The plumbing goes up underneath it. It's going to be self-contained. It's going to have its own filter and filtration system, circulating pump. So it has to be that deep so I can put the plumbing under the bottom of it.
Oh, okay.
The drain, the fill, things of that nature.
Cool. And then the second piece that we're looking at right now is
we are looking overhead and seeing almost the whole footprint of the building. So now the footers are all in place, but we're seeing some other things that look like kind of big square boxes. What are those for?
Those are going to be the footers for the pillars to hold up the roof. And if you notice, there's an open spot over here. They need to keep that open for the cement trucks to go in and out. That's why that's not formed up.
Cool. When is the cement truck coming, do you think?
Yes.
All right, there's your answer.
The Disciples on Mission Ministry is holding their school supply drive both this and next weekend in the gathering space. Look for their display for more details. Knights of Columbus will be meeting for the first time in our Parish Center this Monday, July 24th at 7 o'clock in rooms 115 and 116. Our summer blood drive is just around the corner on Sunday, July 30th from 9:15 a.m. to 12:30 p.m. You need to make an appointment to give blood, so make yours today online at sjnc.org or call the parish office. Have a blessed week.